All right, we have a pretty big mission. We believe that everyone here has some really awesome, unique skills that they can share with other people. And we also have a feeling that you don't always have the opportunity to do that, right? How many people here are able to use all the skills that they have in the job they get paid for? If you're not looking around, no one is raising their hand, right? Which means that there are a lot of people here with skills they can use to help other people, and that's what we want to empower people to do. Not my laptop, sorry. All right, so we're trying to solve two really big problems here. The first is that even though there are a lot of tutoring sites out there, most of tutoring right now focuses on academia, right? So if you want to learn like advanced physics or algebra or need some help with writing, it's not too hard to find someone, right? But if you want help with Photoshop, you want someone to come over and help you design something or help you learn a new technique in Photoshop or set up your Ruby on Rails environment or fix this little thing that you have an issue with in your jQuery on your website, right? It's very difficult to find people to do that, right? The second problem is, like I mentioned before, there are a lot of really talented people here. I'm sure if you go out and have dinner in Portland, the person who's going to be waiting on you probably has a BFA in something really cool like photography or user experience design that they're not able to utilize, right? So those are the two key things that we really focus on. Lost again. Okay, so we offer a solution to this, right? And it's a marketplace that allows people on the one hand to list the skills they have, the experience behind those skills, and what they could teach people, right? They set their own price, everything like that. On the other hand, we allow people to make skill requests. If you want to learn something, you can find someone to help you out in the Portland area, soon nationally, on our website, right? So those are the two key things we focus on. That has a couple of implications. First is that you're able to save a lot of money because when we empower everyone in our community to list their skills, that means that the cost of tutoring goes down, right? Second is that it builds community because you can look at the people around you and figure out who has skills and appreciate those skills that are offered, down the block. Maybe you don't need someone with 10 years experience to help you solving a JavaScript problem. Maybe that person who's a sophomore learning JavaScript can help you solve those issues, right? And the third thing is that we allow a lot more people to make money utilizing their skills, right? Because like I said, the current barrier to entry is very high to become a tutor, and we lower that barrier. All right, so we have a couple of key features that allow us to do that. The first and most important is that it's really easy to sign up, right? So you just go to our website, go to skillsesh.com, you click the sign up button, and it takes your information from either Facebook, Google+, or LinkedIn, and plugs a little bit in it, right? We allow for skill requests and very efficient booking, so you can set something up with someone very simply, and we are hands-off in that process, as well as very fast search, messaging, and updates to your profiles or anything you need to change, right? We have a couple features coming up that are going to be really key too. Hopefully in the next 30 days, we have payment processing, workshops, and reviews, which will help us build community and confidence in the people that are around you. So how does it work? It's very simple. You go to the website, you go to skillsesh.com right now, if you have your phones out, and you search for whatever skill you want to learn, right? You message someone after figuring out who would be best to help you learn that skill, and then you book a session. The times and all the details are up to the individuals. We empower the individual to take control of that. Now, there's one key feature that we want to show today. So I'm going to actually ask you guys to help us out here, and that's skill requests. So if you guys have cell phones on you right now, I know at least 2 of you have smartphones. If you could take them out for just 1 second. I'm going to ask you guys to help me out. So we're going to show off our tech here. We actually really want you to experience this. You can go to skillsesh.com. It's worth the time. So go to skillsesh.com, click the join button, select the social network of choice. I'm watching you guys. Appreciate it. And then click Not Now when it asks you if you have skills to list. And so that'll take you to a skill request page. We want to show you here how easy it is to list your skills and also show off our really cool technology. I can hear you guys signing up right now from my phone. It's awesome. And so it's only going to take a couple seconds. Just list a skill that you've always wanted to learn. Or even better with this community, list a skill that would get you to your next promotion, right? What do you need help with to get you to that next promotion? List whatever skill you want. Just take that 10 seconds. We do not yet have animal husbandry. Please make a skill request for that, and we'll take care of you. Whoever said that, I got your back one. All right, so we got one person up here. We got two. We're waiting for a couple more.
All right, let me take this over because we're running out of time.
All right, Tom's going to explain to you what you're seeing up here.
Well, but I'm going to try to keep it short because I'm scared of that time. So you see, as you're submitting a request, they're showing up real time. We're storing in a Mongo database for now. Might change. But instead of sending all of these updates to all the clients connected, we're only sending what is new to this page of the listing here. And many of you should be looking at this page right now too. So this is using WebSockets. We didn't want to build all of this technology ourselves, so we're just using DDP, the distributed data protocol that comes with Meteor. We found Meteor an excellent platform to quickly build and test new features. And I don't want to go into all the details, but one of the things we're doing is for these subscriptions that are pushing all of this, we integrated some tracking and auditing on our server. And Nick can actually talk a little bit about the analytics we build on top of that.
So yeah, allowing our users to leverage the platform is a huge priority for us, and we use machine learning classification and regression algorithms to identify users that have had suboptimal engagement on the platform, and we dynamically deliver content, notifications, updates, reminders to them in order to increase their interactivity and their engagement with other users, which then in turn drives traffic up for the entire site. One of the key features is session booking, and in order to book a session between a teacher and a student, there's a conversation that precedes that, but not all conversations end in session booking. So one of the implementations of our machine learning algorithm is a regression algorithm. It identifies conversations that are likely to fail and determines what that failure factor is, and then from there we dynamically serve content, like I said, or provide email updates or a host of other things that increase the statistical probability that that conversation ends in booking. And we apply a similar methodology to a couple other fronts. I don't want to run out of time here, but
questions? Questions? Sounds like they can handle technical ones too, so.
All of them. What's up?
Okay, I have a lot of questions. First, awesome concept. One, what experience do people have with teaching and pedagogy, and how do you manage it when people are not necessarily the best teachers but working through the site?
Yeah, so that's a tricky one. One of our big focuses is on being an open marketplace, right? So there are already tutoring platforms that will verify individuals, run them through interview processes, things like that. We're not trying to do that. So the onus is on the individual to list their skills convincingly, on the teacher side, and on the student side, to ask questions that make sure that teacher can clarify things for them, right? We also have a number of ways to kind of black box smaller problems or issues that they have, if conflict occurs, but we're not really scaling those right now. But our focus is on making sure that the marketplace itself solves those problems, mostly through reputation reviews, things like that.
Cool. And then my second question is, what is your ideal engagement between a student and a teacher?
Yeah, so right now we're still developing that. We have about 200 teachers in the Portland area, and so we're still developing the information necessary to have an ideal individual, and that's where the machine learning comes into play when we're kind of continuously developing that. Every piece of information we get in helps us, right? So, for example, we're looking for individuals that respond quickly to messages, right? How long it takes, kind of the minimum amount of time it takes to respond to a message before they can get to booking, right? Their response to things like being favorited on our site and stuff like that. And then serving them content based on those attributes. Right there, next communication service.
How do you compare, you partially answered this a bit in the last question, but how do you compare yourself to competitors already in this field like Udemy?
Right, so we actually identify ourselves as being in a very different field than Udemy, right? So there are a lot of online course classes like Udemy, Coursera, there's open course software, right? And we focus on in-person interactions. There's nothing stopping someone from booking a Skype session via our site, but it's very difficult to have someone help you set up your Rails environment after you've already failed once because of an online course. And I use that example because that's what we're building this on Meteor, because I'm bad at Rails, right?
What about volunteering in there? Say you have ideas and you want to just share it to the community. Is there a way to kind of offer a volunteer rather than payment?
Yeah, so kind of two answers to that. The first is that with our current structure, you absolutely can do that. You just list nothing for your price and someone can message you and you guys can figure it out, right? We don't try to control the interaction, we try to encourage connections. But more specifically, we'll be building features probably in the next 30 days, depending on how all you respond to this application, different data points that we have, to allow people to trade skills and to list them for free and to list themselves as helpers. So you can specifically look for people that just want to offer their skills rather than sell them.
How do you drive your revenue?
So right now, we take about 6.5% of the transaction. Part of it goes to Stripe, which is going to be our payment processor, right? And the teacher gets 90%. But on a longer term basis, we want to have more of a freemium model where we're only charging professional teachers and everyone else gets to use it kind of for free.
Thank you.
Thank you.